Tu sais, même quoi, il dit
This guy's
Oui.
My goodness. Oh, anyway, we thank God that it actually failed categorically. Last night, ladies and gentlemen, Niamey, that is the capital city for Niger, witnessed a shocking security breach. Okay, militants, in other words, terrorists, actually launched a sudden attack on a key airport. The assault or the attack began with, drones buzzing to the skies, ladies and gentlemen, like what you're actually watching now, followed by armed men racing on motorcycles. The city, of course, ladies and gentlemen, and the airport staff were thrown into chaos as alarms blared and, of course, defenses mobilized. This was not just any attack, ladies and gentlemen. The group actually seemed is focused on highly valuable strike drones, weapons that could actually change the balance of power in the region, ladies and gentlemen. But what made this, operation unexpected was the presence of foreign personnel at the site, ladies and gentlemen. Their presence was unknown categorically to the attackers and played a critical role in stopping the assault or the attack. This event is a reminder of how vigilance, courage, and, of course, preparation can actually prevent disaster. The attack, ladies and gentlemen, unfolded quickly but with clear signs of planning. First, drones were used to scout and, of course, intimidate. Then militant or terrorists actually attempted to move in on motorcycles, likely to take control of sensitive equipment, ladies and gentlemen. Security forces acted immediately or instantly, using careful strategies to block or hinder every move of theirs. Local authorities reported that no high valuable equipment fell into the wrong hands, ladies and gentlemen. The airport is a vital hub for Niger and the region. Protecting it means safeguarding or protecting lives, trade, and, of course, the country's stability. Such attacks, ladies and gentlemen, show the dangers of extremism and the constant or consistent risk faced by countries or states working to maintain safety. Communities, ladies and gentlemen, must stay aware, support authorities, and, of course, value peace. Courage and teamwork were essential or important in repelling the attack, showing that careful preparation and, of course, calm action save lives in dangerous situations. Now, precious family, these incidents highlight the changing tactics of extremist groups or terrorists. Drones are now common in attacks, making security planning more complex or very intricate. Traditional defenses alone cannot actually stop modern threats. The role of skilled personnel on site was crucial. Their presence, combined with training and, of course, quick response, prevented what could have been a severe disaster. The moral of this story is actually clear. Preparation and vigilance protect communities and lives. Supporting safety measures and learning from such events makes societies stronger. If you actually want to stay informed always about global security events and, of course, Africa stories, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you are not yet, and, of course, turn on notifications. Okay, understanding threats calmly and, of course, respectfully helps us all value peace and safety. In the end, the Niamey airport attack was actually stopped before lasting damage could occur. Security forces, local authorities, and, of course, on-site personnel all played vital roles. This event reminds us that vigilance, cooperation, and, of course, readiness are not just abstract ideas. They save lives. Okay, extremists or terrorists may try to strike, but calm and, of course, disciplined action can actually protect communities and lives. As Niger continues to strengthen its defenses, citizens and, of course, visitors alike can actually take a comfort in knowing that courage and preparation work together to keep people safe. In case you don't actually understand the language of this scene, let me tell you. This is when Baba was actually captured. This very guy. He's one of the terrorists who actually, initiated the attack yesterday in Niamey or Niger. He was actually captured. He's the one that the soldiers actually, they carried him. He's the one, on the floor, okay? On the ground. They actually carried him into their car. You understand me? And according to some sources, he was actually crying. He was crying. So why was he crying? I think he was responsible for whatever actually wasn't happening or took place. So the military actually took him away, ladies and gentlemen, last night. You can actually see. Okay, so in case you don't actually understand the language of this scene here, okay, the guy was actually in tears. And no matter what, I think the constitution is actually going to deal with him. Thank you so much for watching and of course staying informed. Please like this video, subscribe and share with friends and continue following updates to understand how safety and of course cooperation keep our world secure. Thank